So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop. Prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No! You can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's Zenni.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. You might have heard that live shopping is exploding, and I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. How are you? Well, come on in here and happy Monday. I sure hope you are off to a good week. We're going to talk about that today just a little bit. But I am still feeling frisky. If it's your first time, I'm sorry. If you've heard this, I'm sorry. If you're my wife, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's a hot mess. It is a daily boost. It's me, Scott Smith. Yeah, my wife said, act your age. And I said, do you really want me to do that? You might not be satisfied. I'm just saying. Well, I'm glad you're here today. Come on in. I do want to let you know, I'm kind of excited and kind of depressed all at the same time. Now, I don't get depressed, so it's my version of depressed, okay? I'm going to Nashville at the end of the month for a 4-hour retirement party. Now, we booked a long weekend, and my wife said, you're going to spend $4,000 to go for 4 hours? I said, well, yeah, why not? But here's the scary part about this. I'm going to a retirement party. The guy's 70 years old. He's retiring from radio, and I'm going, and I felt compelled to go. And yet, I kind of don't want to go, but I'm going to go, but I didn't want to go. But here's why I'm going. Because a long time ago, my very first FM radio job, I came out of AM radio. I just was ready to go and just rock my life. And he hired me and he gave me a nighttime job in Tallahassee, Florida. And he pretty much opened the studio and said, go kill him, killer. And I jumped on and I started doing what I do. And that started everything. And to this day, this very particular personality, now layered in with a lot of maturity, a lot of personal growth, a lot of business growth, a lot of entrepreneurial stuff. It hasn't changed very much, but he started it. I told my wife, I'm going, man. I'm going to go. There's going to be a bunch of people there, and there's a bunch of old people hanging out. Why not? Let's have some fun. Although a little, do you do this? I'm checking out things to do in Nashville, right? And I've been there before. I just thought, well, let's look and see if there's anything new to do. And I'm like looking at all the bars and the honky-tonks and the line dancing. And my wife says, you do know how old you are, right? I said, does that matter anymore? I don't even know. Anyway, happy Monday to you. Come on in here. And let's take, by the way, today, you might not have noticed, today is, it's that day. It is May the 4th. It is Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. Have you seen that yet? Actually, it's May the 4th be with you. We all know that, right? May the Force be with you. Wow. As a child that grew up in high school I graduated in 1978, so a long time ago. Star Wars was a big deal because we didn't ever have anything like that. But the reason I want to talk about you today is not about the movie, by the way. It's the word force. Because most of the people I know in the world that surrounds me, not me, but the world that surrounds me, spent yesterday, Sunday, losing the fight with their force. Now, you know what it's called. I don't use this word. It's an AI word. A lot of people are talking about the Sunday Scaries. Now, I'm not a corporate guy, and I haven't spent a lot of time being afraid of Monday, but y'all talk about Sunday Scaries all the time. And I gave up hating Mondays about 25 years ago. When one day I quit my last full-time job, I said, that's it. I'd rather be afraid of myself than just afraid of going to work on Monday. I stopped doing it. And today, I'm still not afraid of it. You know why? Because I have nothing scheduled on a Monday. It doesn't mean I won't do stuff on a Monday, but I'm not worried about it because, okay, so what you're saying is I freak out about Tuesday? No, that's not the case. I just said no. And you should say no as well. I had a call last week, and it kind of stuck with me for a while now. Scott, I'm fine Monday through Friday. It's Sunday at 4 p.m. that ruins my life. I said, get over here. Let's do some coaching. Give me a lot of money. I'll work it out, okay? I'm sort of kidding with that, but not really. I laughed, though, because I know exactly what she meant by this. See, sometimes between that first and second cup of coffee, your brain starts running a movie, doesn't it? Like a Star Wars movie, the Monday movie. Inbox, crazy. Have you tamed your inbox yet? I've got agents taming my inbox right now. This AI thing I'm loving it, man. AI is just taking so much off my back. The meeting you didn't prep for, speaking of AI, got an agent for that too. The conversation you're supposed to have on a Friday, maybe, the whole week, 3 minutes is in your brain. Flipping you out, right? Now, if you haven't, the truth is, when you think about this, you really haven't even lived a second yet. Sunday night, you're not exhausted from the week. You're kind of rested. You're exhausted from the week that's going to come, the one that hasn't happened yet. I have done it. You have done it. Most people have done it. Most people I coach are doing it right now. Some of them are trying to bother me over the weekend. And I said, you don't bother Scott on the weekend. Some of them, I had Dave, I'm going to talk to you right now. Dave sent me a note saying, Scott, I want to get in your inbox for Monday morning first thing. No, you don't. You're retired. Do not send me an email to get my inbox Monday first thing because immediately, A, I won't see it over the weekend. My agent's going to get it. And B, if I do see it on Monday morning, I ain't going to do it. Why? Because I don't want to be afraid of Mondays, and you don't get to tell me how to live my life on a Monday. Hang on, let me get down off my pedestal here. Dave, wink, wink, I'm kidding, but you know better. Okay, so when I wake up Monday, I don't freak out because it doesn't happen, right? I don't wake out feeling already behind. You're not behind, by the way. You're just ambushed by a movie. You really are. All right, let me back up here a second, okay? Because I don't want you to feel bad about Sundays. Sundays are beautiful. Family, church, a walk, a nap. Sundays, by the way, are my complete not work at all day. I'm willing to work on Saturdays, maybe half a day. I get an empty nester here, right? Get up on Saturday morning, nothing to do. I'm up at 5:30 in the morning. I get some work done by 10 or 11 o'clock. I'm done. I'm done for the complete weekend. That's it. I want you to have that too. So what I'm talking about is something, when that voice shows up around the time that the sun starts to set on Sunday and you start kind of whispering, I'm not ready to go back to work. It's not telling you the truth. It's kind of a voice of resistance, speaking of Star Wars, right? They had something right? They dressed it up like space wizards. But the Force is pulling you toward action, toward what you're supposed to be and do. And there's a second force kind of whispering, don't, you'll fail. You're tired. You don't want to do it. Don't get out of bed. It's not really real. It's just a movie, isn't it? So I research a lot before I get into podcast. I usually dig around. Basically what I do is I create a podcast. I decide what I want to talk about based on the conversations I've had. And then I'll go out and research. Yes, I jump into AI. I say, go research a bunch of stuff for me. Just tell me where I stand here. And it brings me back stuff that makes me sound smart. Well, most days anyway. But the Greeks had a word. Was it akarasa? The Stoics called it the lower self. Marcus Aurelius, I like Marcus Aurelius. He wrote about 1,800 years ago. We just call it Sunday at 5 p.m. It's really terrible. And you know something? Those Sunday Scaries you hear people talk about, they're not a sign that something's wrong with your life. It's a sign that there's something that matters to you more. If Monday didn't matter, you wouldn't dread it, right? It does matter.
The new LinkedIn Hiring Pro can't undo your last hire. The lone wolf, who you thought was a good collaborator because you didn't have the right candidate insights. But once you hired them, it was all hoarding info, declining meetings, and howling at the full moon? But LinkedIn Hiring Pro can go deeper than just the resume to find you a perfect fit. By using insights from the LinkedIn network to give you a short list of best fit candidates. Hire right the first time with LinkedIn Hiring Pro. Post a free job today at linkedin.com/quality.
The dread is the data. It's all the stuff that's going to be happening. There's a guy in Stanford, Robert Sapolsky. He's a neurobiologist. He wrote this book. You probably heard about this too. Why Zebras Don't Get Ulcers. Have you ever seen that? I'm going to butcher this. I really am, but because I got a couple bullet points here, but I'll figure it out. You'll get it. Zebras don't have the Sunday Scaries. The zebra gets chased by a lion. The lion runs off. The zebra goes back to eating grass. Done. Humans, the only animal on the planet that can actually run the full physical stress response, the heart, the cortisol, your sleep, just wrecked for an event that has not happened yet. You can stress about a meeting that's 18 hours away. Your body can't tell the difference. As far as your nervous system is concerned, Monday and everything that happens on Monday is happening right now in your kitchen on Sunday. It's crazy. That's a lot of wear and tear for something that didn't happen. I adopted a philosophy, and I get it most of the time. My philosophy is I don't worry about anything until it's time to worry about it. So if I need to worry about it on Monday, I'm not going to worry about it on a Sunday. 50% effective at that. I'm a human after all, right? I'm not a zebra. Sometimes I wish I were a zebra. I really do. I look at my dog and my cat, and I say, I don't want to be you. I'm going to come back as a dog or a cat, or a zebra maybe. They're fun. Fancy horse. Somebody's going to get mad at me for saying that. They are. Not a horse. Also, there is no amount of Sunday self-care that's going to fix this, by the way. You can relax, you can take a bath, you can read, the whole thing. It's still going to screw with you. It really is. So somebody's going to get mad at me for kind of being practical. That's fine. I'd rather be a little bit mad at me than, just kind of soothed and on your way like most podcasts do. So a couple of things. First off, when you start to feel Sunday Scaries on a Sunday, well, here's the thought. You could actually have that any other day, depending on your schedule. Some people have Friday Scaries Thursday Scaries, I guess, because, oh gosh, I got a lot of work to do to get free for the weekend, right? Anyway, they'll start again this Sunday around 4. They're going to start to freak out. But the whole thing is this. They're going to freak out about what's coming, and they don't even know about it. What's true is right now, if you're sitting in your house on a Sunday afternoon, the week hasn't started, has it? The thing you're afraid of hasn't happened yet. It may not happen at all. So just kind of come back to where you are today. And that's one of the quickest ways to remove stress from yourself. And that's kind of how I don't worry about things until I need to worry about things. I just say, well, it ain't now. It ain't happening now. It's not real now. It might not even be real now. And I got to stop the pattern. I just kind of do that. And I'm not immune to this stuff. Nobody else is. But I do actively monitor it. I've kind of noticed the triggers of how to stop it. Secondly, I think pick one thing, not 7 things to do, just one. When you do get up and you want to go to work, you're going to get in there. Pre-decide Sunday night what you're going to do on Monday morning. And the third thing, and people skip this, to start, not later. Just start. When you get up Monday morning, just get to it right away, right first time of the day. Now I'm going to give you a fourth one that's going to really settle you down. And you may have heard me talk about this before. When I just gave you these first 3, yeah, whatever. That's standard stuff. That's standard. You hear this from anybody. Just relax. It's not real. And just pick one thing, not 7, and just get to it right away. Even Andrew Huberman says that stuff. Here's what Scott says. If you have my Perfect Week Planner at perfectweekplanner.com, you will know that I suggest doing all your planning on Thursday. Sometime Thursday. Most people do it Thursday afternoon. You sit down, you do all your planning for the next week. One of the main reasons I did that years ago was I recognized a couple of things. First off, all decisions made for the next week. And what that meant was, if you bothered me on Monday, it wasn't going to bother me because I had my week planned already. Secondly, Friday was kind of relaxing because I already figured out what I had to finish. Thirdly, the weekend was kind of relaxing because I was already planned for Monday. Fifth, where am I here? On Sunday at 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I didn't have to pull up my calendar and see, well, what do I got to do tomorrow? You know why? I did it last Thursday. All I have to do is get up Monday morning and say, let's do it. I'm telling you, it's a very powerful force you can use It's very counterintuitive. How could you possibly plan on a Thursday? Here's the deal. You can do anything you want to do. It doesn't really matter. So I don't want you to be afraid anymore. I want you to be like me. Get up on a Monday morning. Frankly, the thing that gets me going on a Monday morning is not fear. I'm usually so excited to continue what I've been doing, and then I wear myself out by the weekend. I just have fun, and you should get that as well. My life's not perfect, by the way. It's just not. I mean, we get stressed. Everything happens all the time. But the perception I have of it is different than so many people. I crack myself up sometimes when I think about this. I do. Nobody goes to bed Sunday night thinking, I cannot wait to wake up tomorrow and crush it this Monday. We just don't. That's a lie. I do sometimes. I just can't wait to get started. I mean, give me a call. We can talk about that, okay? So the rest of us go to bed kind of thinking, here you go. But I just gave you an antidote for it, didn't I? I did. And if you'll listen to me and just push it forward a little bit on a Thursday and just have a little bit different mindset, kind of stop the trigger before it hits you. And at the end of the day, hang on, stop the music for a second. It's my show. I can do whatever the hell I want to do, okay? Here's the thing. I just gave you a bunch of great ideas. I really did. And most of you go, blah, 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 blah. You're going to hack your way out of it. Yeah, okay, good, fine. But here's what I might suggest to you. You do know that everything can be reinvented, right? You do know that if today you don't like Monday mornings or any particular day of the week and you're putting up with it and it's scaring you, you do know that you can actually change it and do something else, right? Guess what? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Also, your boss might, well, what are you doing? You're not going to work here anymore? No. Out of here. I just hired a bunch of agents. Great job, by the way, being an AI agent manager. Get ready. That's a big one coming up. You're looking to switch careers. That's what I do right now. Hell, I may do it anyway. It's podcast things. It's so 20 years old.